threatening our lives, leaking addresses out there, putting crazy pictures that
nobody's linked her address. Shut the fuck up.
During real time last night, I did not see that happen. I don't, none of our team saw it happen, because I promise you, if we would have seen that happen, we would have had her back. Unfortunately, this type of shit happens every single game to her, and the league and the refs do absolutely.
If Caitlin Clark isn't stepping back onto the court, then you won't be playing another second either. Those were the explosive words that reportedly echoed through the locker room corridors as Sophie Cunningham reached her breaking point. According to this account, the WNBA has entered one of its most turbulent moments, with what began as a controversial on-court collision now evolving into a much larger off-court conflict. For the first time since the incident involving Caitlin Clark, Alyssa Thomas addressed the media. Rather than expressing regret, she defended the play, describing it as a routine basketball action and insisting there was no malicious intent. She also suggested that Clark had exaggerated the contact in an effort to draw a whistle, comments that immediately sparked another wave of backlash across social media. Then came another dramatic development. Reports began circulating that Caitlin Clark had been removed from full practice because of a significant back injury. According to those reports, team medical staff decided to hold her out after determining that returning too soon could worsen the condition. The injury reportedly traces back to the same sequence in which Clark fell awkwardly, placing additional strain on an already troublesome area. As the news spread, frustration among Clark supporters intensified. Critics argued that, despite the growing concerns surrounding her health, public criticism of Clark continued while questions surrounding the original incident remained unresolved. According to witnesses, Sophie Cunningham was deeply emotional following the reports and strongly condemned the situation. During a public appearance, she criticized what she believed was a lack of accountability, arguing that no player should be subjected to dangerous plays and then face criticism afterward. Her remarks reflected growing frustration among many fans who believe the league must do more to protect its players and preserve confidence in the game. The controversy has continued to fuel debate throughout the basketball community, with supporters on both sides waiting to see how the league responds next.
How would I know? I mean, I'm asking a question. So, guys, I keep telling you guys, you don't hate the media enough. Sophie Cunningham just kept it real about the Phoenix Mercury organization.
You know what's funny, though? That I know people in their own organization that, nobody likes their team this year. They say that they are, the unfriendliest group. So, we're not the only ones who feel that way. Internal people feel that way.
Wow. People that work for the Mercury, Grant Young posted this. I'm going to give him a shout out. Blind squirrel finds nut. People inside the Mercury organization can't stand this team. Rude, unprofessional, not friendly.
Think about how unbelievable this situation has become behind the scenes. For months, tension throughout the WNBA has been building like a ticking time bomb. Every time Caitlin Clark steps onto the court, she seems to face constant physical play, being shoved, bumped, scratched, and challenged by veteran players who, according to critics, appear to be playing under a completely different standard. When fans voice their concerns across social media, many dismiss them as being overly emotional. When analysts highlighted the repeated physical play on national television, the league responded with broad statements about the physical nature of professional basketball instead of directly addressing the growing concerns. Now, however, the conversation has taken a dramatic turn. Alyssa Thomas appeared at a press conference and, according to critics, attempted to present herself as the victim, while defending an incident that many fans viewed as excessive. Supporters of Caitlin Clark strongly disagreed with her comments, but few expected the passionate response that followed from Sophie Cunningham. The fallout from this public exchange is already beginning to ripple across the league. What started as an on-court controversy has evolved into a much larger issue, creating growing legal, financial, and public relations challenges that continue to put pressure on the WNBA.
So much to me, quote, just the whole narrative that's being painted out there. It's unfortunate that it's come to this over basketball.
I'm crazy. The playing the game, being suspended, just the whole narrative that's being painted out there. It's unfortunate that it's come to this over basketball. A lot of us, myself included, didn't even know the play took place until after the game, and now we're being painted as thugs and there's death threats out on us. So it's really unacceptable. It is something that needs to change in this league, and I'm just really super tired of it.
You are a thug, Alyssa Thomas. You're a thug. You're a dirty player. You're a nasty individual. You put a fist in Caitlin Clark's throat and a knee in her groin, and you're going to act like, oh, I didn't even know that took place. I didn't even know that happened, as I'm diving onto her and using my fist as an arm cushion to get up. Oh, I didn't even know that happened. Oh my gosh.
Behind closed doors at the league's front office, complete chaos has reportedly taken over. Emergency board meetings are being held late into the night, phones won't stop ringing, and high-powered corporate attorneys are scrambling to figure out how to contain a growing public relations crisis. Major sponsors, who have invested millions of dollars into the WNBA this season, are becoming increasingly concerned. What began as a basketball rivalry has now evolved into a heated conflict filled with emotional public statements and escalating tensions. Several corporate partners are reportedly considering pulling their financial support unless swift and significant disciplinary action is taken against those involved. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever face a serious medical concern. A significant back injury for a guard whose game depends on explosive speed, quick changes of direction, and elite shooting mechanics is not something that can simply be overlooked. The team's medical staff understands that rushing Caitlin Clark back onto the court to satisfy television ratings or public demand could risk long-term damage to the career of one of the league's brightest stars.
You know how just like sometimes the of a season, it's like you're on a high, sometimes you're on a low, and it's on the grind. We're in the grind right now. We just haven't like fully clicked yet, and like we have all the potential. So when we do, it's gonna be really good. But like we're getting to the point of like, all right, like what has to give, what has to sacrifice, what do we need to do to actually even start tapping into that potential? So I don't know.
I think so. I think other people would be curious about this. Obviously, anytime anything happens, like I don't even know if anyone got teed up. Like they didn't review the foul on Caitlin last night, did they? I don't think they did.
Insane.
That's clearly what makes its rounds on social media. When you got teed up, that's what makes its rounds on social media.
Yeah.
Does like when CC does get kind of, I hate using the word bullied, but like people are fucking rough with her. Like there's no other way around it. Does that like fuck with you guys as a team, or is that just an incident that becomes a much bigger deal on the internet than it does during real time?
Well, so during real time last night, I did not see that happen. I don't, none of our team saw it happen, because I promise you if we would have seen that happen, we would have had her back. Unfortunately, this type of shit happens every single game to her, and the league and the refs do absolutely nothing about it.
It's been a minute since you got fined on this podcast.
I have, but then like you see the videos of like literally kneeing and cheap shotting C in the throat. Like if she did that to any of our teammates, we'd be pissed. But like they're definitely targeting her, and the league and the refs do nothing to protect her.
I mean, let's get into this now. The poster that they dropped last night, like the 30-year commemorative thing, which that you're on it, that's cool.
Why would you ever put me on it?
But people are up in arms that Caitlin's not on it, and then also watching her get kind of her ass kicked last night. I do see everyone being like, why does the league not protect this person? I don't want to get in beef with Kathy either, but it is like she's jealous of her, or like thinks that like because she's a bigger face than her, or like anyone the WNBA's had, that she like won't give her the platform. It's fucking so weird. It's so bizarre.
It is a joke. It is a joke. And this is why Kathy in the WNBA is getting lit up on social media, because you are leaving out a generational, the best player to ever go through WNBA on this roster. Honestly, if they were smart, they would market the shit out of some of us. They don't.
Well, You're on
They
here,
don't.
at least.
I should never. That should be Caitlin. That should be Kelsey Mitchell. That should be Aaliyah Boston. Like, why are we putting random players on there? I'm one of them.
Do you know she has beef with other big people who aren't on this, like Diana or Sue, or like, I don't think Candace Parker's on here. Like, it is a bit strange.
Yeah,
There's
like
just
Candace isn't even. I don't know, dude. I literally don't know. But what we do makes no sense. But I'm not kidding. Like, even the people they put on the commercials, like they could, if they're really trying to make money, they are going to put people out there that, first of all, people want to see, that people are going to bring attention to, and they just don't. They just don't. I don't know what they think when all that happens.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Do we think the elbow to CC was follow up from your tech the other night?
My tech was the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life. So let me take you through.
I'm going to agree, actually. I think I've seen you do crazier shit. That was a weak double tech on both of you, for being honest.
Dude, so what happened is...
Fans are growing increasingly worried. Ticket prices for the upcoming games are already dropping across the secondary market, and the league is beginning to realize that, without Clark on the court, its entire stadium expansion strategy could fall apart. Yet, instead of expressing concern, Thomas used her platform to minimize the seriousness of the situation, dismiss the injury, and portray herself as the one being unfairly targeted by public criticism. Sophie Cunningham's decision to draw a line in the sand has changed everything people thought they knew about player dynamics in the league. She didn't speak only for herself. She voiced the frustration of countless fans who are tired of seeing dangerous, unnecessary plays go unpunished. Sophie's emotional appearance on live television was raw, unfiltered, and intense. By openly suggesting she would make sure Thomas wouldn't play if Clark were sidelined, she introduced a new level of tension into the WNBA conversation. Meanwhile, the Players' Union has remained completely silent, seemingly frozen by the realization that locker room stability has been shaken. Right now, the WNBA appears to be facing one of its most difficult moments. Pressure is mounting on the commissioner to consider a multi-game suspension for Alyssa Thomas over both her public comments and the original foul, and the debate has reached a boiling point. This is no longer just about one game or one hard foul. It has become a discussion about the league's credibility, competitive integrity, and future. Many believe the truth has become too loud for league executives to ignore. The next 24 hours could have a major impact on the direction of the WNBA. Now it's time to hear from the basketball community. Was Sophie Cunningham justified in defending Caitlin Clark against what she viewed as repeated dangerous plays, or did her emotional reaction go too far? This is the moment when fans are shaping the conversation and demanding action from the league office. Share your honest thoughts in the comments below. If you support Sophie Cunningham for speaking out against what she believes are unfair and dangerous plays, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next major update. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over.